So what is the difference between a keyboard and a synthesizer? Well, back in the earlier days, it was much easier to tell apart. Back in the mid-60s, I was playing a plastic organ called a Magnus chord organ, and it had a fan in it, and it made reedy sounds, and you could play chords, and that clearly was a keyboard. In the late 60s, I got electric organs and started getting bigger and bigger electric organs, and those were very clearly keyboards. As each iteration of organ added more features like a pitch bend on the volume, where on the volume pedal you'd move your foot to the side and it would pitch bend. And then you started getting tabs that would add different types of vibrato and a different tab or knob for reverb. Sometimes you had a thing that lets you change your volume pedal into a wah, and so now we're like getting closer and closer to synthesizers. But I would say the biggest difference is that, and here is a really great example, this is the Casiotone CT-S1. In many ways it could be considered a synthesizer because I mean it plays synthesizer sounds and it also plays pianos, electric pianos, things like that. But you'll notice there's no wheel for pitch bend, there's no knob or wheel for mod wheel, there's no quick way from the front panel to change how bright or dark it is, change how fast it attacks or decays, things like that. But you know, great sounding keyboard, doing all the standard sounds you would expect. But even though it sounds like a synthesizer, I wouldn't call this a synthesizer. Again, because those are just recordings of synthesizers, and this is not exactly a synthesizer itself. But again, everything is blurring, so many of the modern keyboards have some of those features, and a lot of them have those features that you can dive into a menu deep into something and change those parameters, or go on a computer and change the parameters. But I would say, as a whole, this is a keyboard. And so now I'll show you a synthesizer. Okay, now we have the Novation Summit Bitimbral Polyphonic Synthesizer. Here's a really good example of a synthesizer because pretty much every quality of sound that you can think of changing has a knob or a slider for it. So I've got just a strange bell sound up here. But I've got complete control over pitch. I've got complete control over filtering. I've got complete control over the envelope, the attack, how quickly something ramps up, how quickly something fades away. So here's a quick, here's slow. And that's what makes this a synthesizer. I got the pitch wheels. I got the mod wheel. I have control over all those things. Effects can go away. And again, no matter what I say, someone's going to say, yeah, but what about this keyboard that has that thing? And what about this synth that doesn't do that thing? And they're all right. Everything in this whole genre is slowly blending together, where even the home organs, the few that are left, actually have many, many synthesizer features. And of course, most of the synthesizers have polyphony and other things that are just like keyboards. I hope they gave you a quick example of the differences between keyboards and synthesizers. If you have any further questions about keyboards or synthesizers, please contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. My name is Daniel Fisher. Thank you very much for watching.